Honk.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the. I knew you would say it. I knew you would say it. You told me you were a guy that makes a lot of jokes, so I thought,
Yeah, that's awesome. I like that.
All right. Welcome back to the channel, guys. You know my special guest today is Bobby Hernandez. He played Hector in the first episode of season 3. If you don't remember exactly, it's where Johnny got his ass beat, and Bobby had the pleasure of, laying the smackdown on William Zabka. So, Bobby, how's it going, man?
It's going great. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty good. I'm so glad to have you on and to discuss, obviously Cobra Kai, that scene. So much to talk about, and just your stunt career in general, man. It's been really cool. So yeah, before Cobra Kai and everything, what started your passion to be a stuntman and an actor?
Well, I'm kind of a different story because I didn't grow up wanting to be an actor or stuntman. Actually, I grew up wanting to be a professional wrestler. Actually, like as a kid. Right. My dream was always being the WWE, and I was a huge rock fan. Stone Cold, all that kind of good stuff.
Love that guy, man. Love that guy.
That's amazing. And yeah, so I guess I've kind of always been, and it's kind of weird. I've always been in the entertainment business, but not knowing it until later on. So anyway, well, like I said, I was a pro wrestling fanatic, like as a kid. Still, I'm a fan now. And then what ended up happening was I was about 15 years old, and a legit pro wrestling school opened up in the city where I lived. So I was like, man, this is crazy. So I just talked to my dad. I was like, yo, this is what I want to do with my life. And this, that. She's like, oh, okay, kid. So I kept on him. He's like, let's go check out the school. So I went to the pro wrestling school. And at 15 years old, I signed up and started training to be a professional wrestler, man. And started taking bumps. And yeah, man. So it's crazy. So I trained there for a while until I was about 17, but the whole time I was a real wrestler, in high school. So I was doing the pro wrestling thing, and then I was also real wrestling in high school and boxing and stuff like that. So yeah, long story short, I got out of professional wrestling when I was because I didn't see there was a way for me to do anything. I was like realist. I was like at the time 18 when I got out of it, and I was like 170 pounds, and at that time everybody was huge. So I was like, I better rethink some stuff real quick. So so I did the typical thing, man. Got a job, went to school, you know what I mean, and still continued to train martial arts at that time. Around that time is when jiu-jitsu started getting real big. So started jiu-jitsu, training in jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So anyways, long story short, I didn't even, like I said, I didn't even think about becoming an actor or a stuntman or anything like that, man.
Right.
It wasn't until I was about in my later 20s that it all came to fruition. I already had like a few amateur MMA fights and stuff like that, and actually landed landed a talent agent first, and started auditioning for commercials and stuff like that first, and booking commercials and stuff. And then on one commercial that I was on, it was a Kia commercial. And for that commercial, all I was going to do was shake the guy's hand. This new guy just bought a new car, so you shake the hand. And then I'm going to get in the car and drive away. So they're like, all right, Bobby, awesome. You did that. You can actually step aside. We're not going to actually have you drive the car. And I said, excuse me? They're like, you're not actually going to drive the car. We have a stunt guy that's going to drive the car. I was like, a stunt guy? And at this time, I was really new to the business. I knew nothing about stunts. So like, yeah, you're not going to drive it. We're going to have a stunt guy come in and drive it. I was like, oh, wow, stunts. So as soon as I saw the guy, I asked what every guy, I'd say, he's like, hey, man, how do I get into stunts? You know what I mean? And the thing about stunts is it's a cool business and stuff like that, but it's kind of like closed, like brotherhood. You know what I mean? Like there's no one ever wants to really let somebody in. Not that they don't want to let somebody in, but it's hard to get into. So anyways, from there, he introduced me to some other guys and started training, man, and training. And I was still auditioning and stuff like that. And yeah, I fell in love with it, man. And then from there, my first stunt job was on a TV show called American Crime. It was a drama show. And I remember getting my first call for my first stunt gig. I was like, oh man, what if like I'm gonna probably like maybe I'm gonna go out of a car rolling or tumbling like this crazy fight. So then they called me again and they said, hey Bobby, we're gonna have you a rehearsal for the stunt. I was like, a rehearsal? Oh man, this is gonna be huge. Like I have to rehearse like before the actual stunt. Like this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So I get into the rehearsal. The stunt coordinator is like, okay, man, I brought you on this and that. I call him. I was like, yes, I'm ready to rock and roll. So what are we doing? What are we doing? He goes, yeah, actually, these two teenagers are gonna get in a fight, and I just need you to go in and break it up. And I said, what? But yeah, man, that was my first stunt and how I got into the business a little bit.
Right. So it just started with like separating kids, and now you're pretty much punching full-grown adults. I love that. A transition.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
It's quite a bad one. But yeah, I feel like, any journey starts with something, right? So that was the first time you kind of did a stunt, and then it went to where it is now, and you're doing. I mean, I saw that clip you posted from Chaos Walking, which was pretty fun, and just like you're there and you get like shot up and everything, and yeah, it was
that's on a new movie called a new movie that just came out recently too. It's called Boss Level. That's on.
I thought that was. Oh, I'm getting confused with Chaos Walking. I think I'm wrong then.
Yeah, no, no, they both released at the same time. I forgot that I had two movies coming out. So, but yes, I did do stunts and on Chaos Walking as well. Yes, I just went and saw that in the theaters and kind of like the same thing. I take a fall, but you'll see. You guys will check it out. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's so cool. So like Cobra Kai, obviously season 3 was very highly anticipated and obviously got delayed a little bit because of COVID and the transition to Netflix. So like when did you film your scene, if you remember? Because like I'm guessing it was around like 2019 they started production on it, but like obviously you must have been constantly updated, like finding out when it's going to come out or when it's releasing. Or you would have found out just like us. But yeah, like when did you like get your audition done, and when did you find out you got the role?
Yeah, so it's funny the way that it happened was I had got a text message saying, "Hey, can you audition for this role?" For I believe it was for Juan actually.
I heard this.
It was for Girod's part, and I was like, "Yeah, cool." So I do my audition. I was like, "Yo, Cobra Kai," because I already had seen the first two seasons on YouTube or whatever. So I was like, "Oh, yo, this is huge. This would be cool." So I started reading for it or whatever. It was for Juan, and I read it. I was like, "Cool." I sent it in, and I didn't hear back. And I was like, "Man, I didn't get this role." But I was like, "Well, they're looking for Latino stunt actors for this fight or whatever." So I was like, "Man, why didn't get it?" So I wonder who might have got it. So I didn't. They didn't tell me that I didn't get the role, but I didn't hear anything back.
Right.
And it wasn't until probably like a week after I sent in my audition, like, "Hey, we're gonna go ahead and book you, but we're gonna book you for the friend Hector of the role." So I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Well, that's cool. I'm gonna be on the role." Well, who got the Juan part? So I was like, "Man, who got the Juan part?"
Yeah.
It was like another guy that I know that could have done this, stunt actor wise, and he's an actor. And I was thinking, I had just worked with G-Rod, like I said previously before that, and I was just like, so I shoot him a text message like, "Hey man, what how you doing and stuff like that? Oh great, this and that, how you doing?" I was like, "Yeah." "Hey man, by any chance are you working on Cobra Kai?" And he's like, "Bro, how did you know? How did you know?" Awesome, man. I was like, "Yeah, I'll be working with you. I'm playing Hector." So that was cool. Right. That's how that went down.
Like, you must have been so hyped because that's like your bro right there. Like I know you guys really get on. You're very similar in what you do. So yeah, like that's almost like it's less like if me and my brother were like, we're both doing the same thing, and then he kind of tells me, "Oh, I'm doing a role as well." "Oh, bro, I'm doing that as well. I didn't tell you about it." Like I would be like going crazy, but that must have been a nice surprise. So. Did you know like straight away you were going to be in the scene with Zabka, or did you kind of find out when you were doing your audition?
No, I had known from reading the sides, but a lot changed from this. So when they send you like audition sides, it's kind of different than on the day, on the day that you do it, because a lot can change, a lot of different things, and that scene did change a lot. But yeah, I knew I was working with him. Yeah,
for sure. So, like, what was it like the first? You probably got this question a few times, but what was it like the first time you met Zabka? Because obviously, this guy's so iconic, done so well in Karate Kid, and he's done other films as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's very well known and very awesome guy. So, what was your first impression of William Zabka?
Oh, super cool guy. He talked to me quite a bit actually. We're off to the side, and well, it's always kind of weird because you don't know how to approach. Well, me personally, I don't know how to approach some people because you don't know what they're if they're like in the zone or like you know what I mean. You don't really know how to read them, or if they're like so deep into character, you don't know. So, but yeah, he came up to me and started talking. Just a regular cat, man. Just a regular guy. Super cool. You know, we talked about MMA, martial arts. Some of the guys that he's known, some of the guys that I know, and stuff like that. Talked a little bit about career-wise stuff, and yeah, super cool guy, super cool guy.
Right. And you know, this whole situation with Cobra Kai and then continuing the Karate Kid, obviously, he had a lot to live up to. And you know, the first two seasons of Cobra Kai were insane. So, when was the first time you saw Cobra Kai? Did you see it on YouTube? Like, or did you like kind of get to watching it when it was on Netflix?
No, I started watching it when it was the YouTube Red. That's when I started watching it.
Right. And what did you think of the show? Did you immediately think, "Oh, this looks dope. Like, if I could get in the show, this would be
Oh
awesome."
yeah, yeah. I really was thinking that. I was like, man, this would be a cool show to read. But I was so like, oh, there's no chance because like I'm not 15. I'm not a kid. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, so like the odds of like going on this show, you know, like these young guys or kids are fighting kids. I was just like, oh well, there's the chances of me probably getting on it are slim to none. But it'd be a cool show to work on, because I was a Karate Kid fan. As a kid, I remember watching that over and over and over again.
Right.
And so I was a huge fan. But in my head, I was like, oh well, like I'm not gonna crane kick a kid in a karate tournament, So I always saw my chance of getting on there like pretty slim to none. But man,
Right.
it's so awesome the way things worked out.
Right. And it happened in quite a good way. I mean, you know, me and Zabka must have been cool enough working with G Rod as well as you already knew him, and then seeing this scene like. Was that always the intended script that you and G Rod were gonna have this sort of actually I think G Rod said it was gonna happen slightly differently, but it kind of cut some scenes. But like, was that always the intention to just you punching Johnny, or did they kind of go a different way about that?
Yeah, so a lot changed, and shout out to the stunt coordinator Janelle
Kiddo and
because
Janelle.
because at one point in time, I remember they were like, "Oh, we don't know if we're gonna shoot the fight." Like they almost weren't even gonna shoot the
Damn.
fight. Like yeah, like on the day.
Ah,
Like,
that would
oh,
be a bummer.
yeah. So she actually was just like, "No, we have time. Let's shoot it like this. We can do it. We can knock it out." And shout out to her, man, because that was awesome. But yeah, so the original. Let's see if I can remember. Originally, I believe there was a because we like the day that we were supposed to shoot it, we had to go back and reshoot the scene from the original day that we had it because it was actually raining. It was going to start raining and it was lightning and stuff like that. So like, oh, let's wrap up for the day. We're not gonna shoot up. We're not gonna shoot the scene. We're gonna move it on. But on that day, it was, from what I remember, everything was the same in the bar, and then we go outside, walking to the car. And then yes, the fight happens, but let's see. Oh, the fight happens, and then a police officer was going to come up and come up to Johnny, and then me and G Rod were going to say, hey, this guy's starting problems and this and that, and then Johnny was to punch the officer in the face, and then they take. And then me and G Rod look at each other like, we can't believe like this just happened, and then they take him to jail. Something like that. Yeah, something along
that would have been quite crazy to see, but I'm glad it happened how it did because you guys got a little bit of action. Johnny coming in like punching the window and then trying to pull that G-Rod, and you're like, yeah, what are you doing, man? And then you're like, he tries to kick you. I mean, that was so well done because he had to obviously pretend to be drunk. And did you guys do that in one take? Because obviously you're saying like there wasn't too much time, but you smashed it out, or did you get that like a few takes of that?
Yeah, we shot it a few different times. So like the way they did it is because of course you got to shoot like from his point of view and then our point of view. So yeah, there was a few takes all around. So we went over the fight probably I would say like a good. I would say not overestimating, underestimating, probably like 6 times. I would say.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it makes sense, like you said, the perspectives, and you need to get that filmed. And yeah, I'm just
Mhm.
really glad that Janelle. A shout out to her because I spoke to her and Hiro recently on the channel, and yeah, they're awesome, man. I don't know if you even heard, but they aren't going to be a part of season 4, which is pretty sad news because they've been working on the show since season 1, and yeah, how did you? What was it like working with Janelle on that scene? Because you said like she was really cool, like
Yeah.
being able to give you guys that opportunity to make sure that scene doesn't go. Yeah, what was it like with her?
Oh, she was super awesome, super calm, relaxed. I mean, one of the best stunt coordinators that I've worked with. Both of them are just super awesome. So yeah, she helped me out a lot. She told me, hey Bobby, throw your punch this way. This is what we're looking for. You got to sell it a little more. But like all professionalism, no like just talking to like a friend. Like she was very nice, very kind, and yeah, it worked out great. So yeah, they're very awesome, and I got a chance to work with Hero again on another show on Ozark. Actually, I worked with him on Ozark after Cobra
Right.
Kai. So it was awesome.
That's dope. So with like your stunt work, you've obviously you said you didn't want to. It wasn't the first intention. It was wrestling.
Yeah.
So like you also said you learned martial arts. So like, let's touch a bit upon that. So what kind of martial arts did you do? Was it? I know you said jiu-jitsu, but was it like very mixed, like MMA? Like you learned a bunch of different styles just so your work would be more versatile when it came to roles, or did you kind of a bit nitpicking, like I'll learn this and that specifically because it'll be more in line with obviously the roles that you're choosing.
Right. I still continue to train to this day. Boxing, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, everything. The more you know, the better. But then I would love to learn like more traditional martial arts like Kung Fu and Wing Chun and stuff like that.
Oh,
But
that's dope.
yeah. But those are other martial arts that I haven't really picked up yet. But the ones that are more combative, I guess that you would take more of a slugger type deal, are the ones that I still train and trained up to this day. But I would say yes. The training part of keeping up with martial arts is awesome. That way you have you know how to, my whole idea is if you can't throw a real punch, then you can't throw a punch to make it look fake. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is my deal. But yeah, but that's awesome. But real fighting is so much different than fighting on film. You know what I mean? You don't throw a real punch the way you would on. You don't throw a movie.
Yeah, you wouldn't like think of the angle or like, oh, I have to pretend. Like you just go full in. It'd be even more power, and yeah, it might. Yeah, that must be quite. It must. It's obviously tough to do stunt work. Obviously, there's like levels to it. But like, I mean, there's got to have been many times where you've landed a hit and you're like completely accidental. It's just because you're trying to film, trying to be professional. Do you feel like at first, like when you were learning stunts, it was quite difficult, or did it come quite natural to you because you were saying you really like martial arts and doing all of that?
For me, it was a little different. For me, from my experience, there's a lot of guys that have real fighting backgrounds that go into that. It's hard to transition into film fighting from what I've experienced because you want to throw everything proper and right. But I already had a little bit of professional wrestling background. So the throwing the working punches and pulling punches and also understanding the length and width from how far the person is that you're really hitting, it helped out a ton for me. So I didn't really have hard of a time adapting. The only thing that was tricky at the time was I didn't really understand camera angles and stuff like that. How someone can literally be standing at arm's length away from you and you can swing as hard as you want and you're not going to hit them, but on camera it's going to look like you hit them. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, that's the things that I had to learn was understanding the camera and angles like that.
Right. So like what kind of people in the industry and specifically martial artists did you look up to whilst like you were becoming a stuntman?
Oh, well, action actor wise, it was Van Damme and Stallone. All those guys, Schwarzenegger, all those guys I looked up to a lot. I mean, I saw every Van Damme movie and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
And martial arts wise, fighter wise, I would say, your classic UFC guys, everybody from Vitor Belfort to Matt Hughes to George St. Pierre, all those guys. So yeah.
Right. I mean, that's pretty cool because normally I hear like, other stars like, Bruce Lee, those typical names. And that's cool that you mentioned UFC fighters because like I love the UFC, man. Like
Awesome.
I'm guessing you definitely keep up with it and everything. Do you have like a favorite fighter at the moment?
At the moment, right now, let's see.
Did you see the Izzy fight?
I didn't. No, you know what? Actually, I was gonna get it, and I actually ate a few pieces of pizza and fell asleep on the couch, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I was gonna actually put some money down. I was gonna bet, and I was gonna put. I'm glad I didn't. I was gonna bet on Megan on the Megan fight last night against Amanda Nunes, and I was gonna bet on Megan to win, and then I fell asleep and woke up this morning. Like, oh, brother, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
Well, I haven't been watching a lot of the female fights recently, but I know Nunes is just a beast. So I haven't seen her recent form and everything. But the Izzy fight was quite interesting. It went to decision, but I think there'll be a rematch personally. Like I don't like fights that go to decision. It's like it could have definitely done more justice with like a real like KO or something. Like look at the Khabib McGregor fight. That was nuts. But like, okay, so talking about martial arts fighting, all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might be a really weird question for you, but it's more of a fun one. With your experience and G-Rod's experience, who do you think would win in a fight?
Between me and G-Rod?
Yeah.
Oh, probably G-Rod would probably poke my eye, man. So I'll give it to
He'd be sneaky, yeah.
he'd be sneaky.
Oh,
poke right in the
right.
eye.
Do you guys have like really similar experience then, or is it just kind of you guys do something similar in the sense you're both stuntmen and acting?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much how we came to know each other. I mean, other than he's a father and I'm a father, typical life stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, we get along very well.
How do you balance your stunt career with like family? Because obviously, like what you're doing is it's very different than just acting. It's dangerous. It can, of course, let's say you have an injury, it could affect the way you're dealing with family and depending on the injury. But yeah, how do you make sure you balance that with training and family? Because obviously that's a lot of mental pressure at times, I guess. But yeah, how do you kind of keep in that zone and also balance it?
Well, my family knows that they're very supportive. First of all, like I have a very supportive family and stuff like that. But they know like we're everything from training to auditioning to working on set. They understand that that's work. You know what I mean? So it's very understood in our household that like, he has to work tomorrow. Who knows how dangerous it'd be? Sometimes it might be, high, falling from 25 feet, or sometimes it might be as easy as a fight. But me personally, it's always, I don't know. It's exciting and then always kind of worrisome at the same time because it is what it is. It is anything can happen, right? So
Right.
but it's very understood. You know what I mean? This is work. This is what he does, and we just support him and we give him the space, and we understand that he's doing this because this is what he does.
Right. I mean, like it is. I think Gary Vaynerchuk says it's high risk, high reward. So like. Do you feel that every time you're doing a stunt and you achieve that, you just feel that stunts get easier, or do you feel like a thrill with the fact you've achieved the stunt and obviously not got injured, but it must be getting more fun every time you do them?
Yeah, when I first started, it was like I said, it was nerve-wracking for me because you got this new guy and you're trying to understand this business and like, is it cool to say this? Am I walking on eggshells or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now as I work on bigger projects and bigger projects and bigger projects, you just like, I don't know, everything just becomes more natural. You're like, oh, I'm here because I'm supposed to be here. You know what I mean? I'm not here because they made a mistake. I'm here because they trust me to do my job and I know I can do this. So yeah, now it's a little more relaxing and I know I can do what they've hired me to do, and it's all good.
Right. So with Karate Kid, and growing up, you obviously said you were a very big fan. Who is your favorite character from the Karate Kid?
Oh man, I was a Miyagi guy. I was,
Yo,
yeah, I was a Miyagi kid, and then also, but I like a lot of the other characters that like never really got displayed as much. You know what I mean? Like all of
mm,
Johnny's crew and stuff like that. And you're like, yo, who's
mm,
that guy? Who's that other guy? Who's that? You know what I mean? But what's so cool about the show is how they reveal everybody and stuff like that. Uh,
right.
but yeah, I was a Ralph Miyagi type guy. I was like, everybody, the hero was always so cool. Oh man, they're picking on this kid, Ralph, and Daniel and stuff like that. So it was cool,
Mm,
man. It was cool. But yeah, I was always a Ralph Miyagi guy or Daniel Miyagi.
right. Do you feel that Johnny is highly misunderstood? Because in Cobra Kai, they obviously show you a lot of his backstory and understanding the character. Yeah. Do you think that he's misunderstood?
Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's super cool how they did it from his point of view of everything, how everything, you know what I mean? Like, this guy was stealing my girl and stuff like that.
Mm,
But no, I definitely feel like he's a something deeper disturbing with the character, you know what I mean? Definitely
right.
misunderstood as in, that could be anybody, really, you know what I mean? That could be you, me, whoever, you just want to do good, but there's always something bad luckish or something, the better roll the dice that's always going to take over. And that's what I feel like happens with this guy is like wants to be a good guy, but just like it's like that typical thing, like good guy, but bad things always just follow him. And then on top of that,
Right.
you're a tough guy and you don't take nothing from nobody. So you gotta like, I'm not gonna let this take me over, and then it just just always just keeps rolling and rolling bad news from there.
Right. Would you say the reason why you really liked the whole Daniel Miyagi stuff is because you could relate to it personally, or more of just like that you love that underdog kind of story?
Oh, I love the underdog story. I love the underdog story. And yeah, for me personally, yeah, I got picked on in school. You know what I mean?
Mm,
It is what it is. I was called a bunch of names and stuff like that, man. And but yeah, I definitely could relate to him. And then just on top of that, because he didn't have a lot. You know what I mean? In the story, you know what I mean? You saw the type of car that he drove. You saw where he lived. You saw how he grew
mm.
up. But he's in love with this rich chick. You know what I mean? Like he likes this rich girl and this rich kid. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great story. I love it. Yeah.
Right. Because I mean, we all love a good underdog story, and it's funny because the tables are sort of turned. You feel like Johnny's sort of the underdog now with his storyline, and then you kind of see that he's almost like a Miyagi to Miguel, and they kind of parallel that relationship with him and Miguel, which I love. And then yeah, I mean, as you're a Daniel Miyagi fan as well, you must have absolutely loved the Okinawa stuff in season 3 because that was so nostalgic and really got you more in touch with the Miyagi character, which was great. So, what do you think of those bringing back Chosen and Kamiko?
Oh, that was so cool. I wasn't expecting the whole honk thing at the end.
Yeah,
But yeah, I love that. I love how they bring back all the characters from all the Cobra, or from all the Cobra Kids. I'm sorry, from all the Karate Kids. How they try to keep all the original, even as far as the little girl on the pole, man. That was so awesome.
that was mad. That was really
That
good the
was
way they wrote that.
yeah. I'm sorry for what the original question was, but yes, I do love how they brought back everybody and stuff like that. My favorite Karate Kid is actually part 2. That's my favorite one.
Oh, okay. I feel
Yeah,
like that one. I mean, it's very mixed. I mean, it's very interesting asking people this question because most people go with the classic, the first one, and
yeah,
then a lot of people say they like 2 as well and 3. And but then I look at general opinions, and most people go, "Oh, the first one's always going to be the best. The other 2 don't touch it."
yeah.
But I had a friend who's recently watched the Karate Kid films, and he really didn't like the second one. I
Yeah.
don't know why, though, but uh, we have an interruption though. You're gonna love this. Guess who just joined the chat?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. What's up,
yeah.
bro? I love that. Yeah. I mean, the second one was pretty good. What did you like the most about the second film?
I like how he's a little more aggressive, in the fight. So now he knows he's been training for a few years. Now he can throw hands a little bit. You know what I mean? So that,
Yeah.
so that fight scene, he's not all just You know what I mean? He's not just getting whooped. You know, he knows how to throw hands a little bit more. It's like, come on, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I love the drum deal, bro. Doom, doom, doom. You know,
Oh,
that's what's cool.
That's so iconic.
Yeah, man. What's cool about the Karate Kid is they always have like, there's that special move that he's gonna pull out.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's always like, boom, boom, the hands. Yeah, I love that stuff, man.
You know, as a kid, I didn't understand the whole drum thing. I was like, wait, are they just doing that so he can focus? That's what I thought. But there was more to it. It's the actual technique of the drums, because obviously he's kind of doing that technique. And I think that's probably one of my favorite scenes from the Karate Kid franchise. Yeah. So with when you first saw Cobra Kai, did you like immediately know it was Karate Kid related, or did you think it was completely something new?
No, I knew that it was Karate Kid related, just from Cobra Kai and stuff like that. Yeah, I totally already knew. Just being a fan, I already knew. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is Karate Kid related. But I didn't know it was gonna go the route that it did. I thought it was gonna be like not even have those original characters and just be like, you know what I mean? Just a total spin-off without the original guys and stuff like that.
For sure. So let's talk about your appearance in WandaVision, because I'm a huge Marvel fan. And we saw you, I believe it was in the 4th episode. You were at the desk in Sword. What was it like being in WandaVision? Obviously, this is the MCU. It's such a big universe, and obviously they keep so many things under wraps. So, like, what was that experience like for you?
That experience was amazing. That scene was actually longer than that first. It was supposed to be like, so in the line I come out super aggressive with Miss Rambeau, right? Like, I'm like, hey, you know, like, whatever, like, if you know, I come off as a jerk. But it was because we had this dialogue where it was like she rebuttals back and then I come back, and then like it was like this whole argumentative deal. It got cut short, but it's all good. But anyways, it was cool. But they do keep a very tight wrap. They keep it very, very tight. And on that day, I didn't really know what my lines were until the day of the shoot.
Right.
But no, yeah, it was cool, man. Everybody there was super nice. Everybody was super awesome to work with. She was super awesome to work with. Yeah, it was a very good experience.
Right. And prior to that, were you a fan of Marvel, and were you like really aware of how big this universe was?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm a huge Marvel guy. Grew up, you know, a huge X-Men fan, Uncanny X-Men.
Oh, dope.
That was my series that I read. And then on top of that, I was a huge fan of the, I don't know if you remember, it might be a little younger, but they had this X-Men animated series that was super.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah. I love that one. So yeah, I was a huge Marvel guy, even up till now, you know, with all the movies that came out, Avengers and all that good stuff. So yeah, I was very, very knowledgeable in the whole Marvel universe and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome, man. So who's your favorite character from the X-Men? Let's give you that curveball right there.
Yeah, I'm a Gambit guy. Gambit.
Oh, Gambit's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like Gambit, man. I like Gambit, I like Colossus, like all those guys. But yeah, Gambit's my guy. So what's cool about the cartoon is they kind of give you like how because you know when you read, you interpret of like how their personality is and stuff like that. But you know when you watch cartoon, it shows you like, you know, he's a Cajun from Louisiana, and you know what I mean, super cool, can charge things. The cards were awesome. So yeah, that's my guy.
It was pretty cool in the X-Men Origins film as well. I think I can't remember the dude's name, but he's a really good actor who played Gambit, and I think he was pretty well. They obviously got the right cast in there. There was a rumor about a while ago. You probably know about that. Like Channing Tatum was going to be in a Gambit film, but I think they've cancelled it or something. But if you could play any Marvel role, if you have like a dream role within Marvel, who would you like to play?
Oh man, I guess the Marvel role that I would like to play would be Ghost Rider, the new Ghost Rider.
That would be so dope.
Yeah. I forget what his first name is. It's Reyes. I forget what his first name is. It's not Jamie Reyes. Jamie Reyes is Blue Beetle. I forget what his first name is, but I seen they had a series based off of it on Hulu. I don't know if you saw it, the Ghost Rider off Hulu, where he drives the car and stuff like that. Anyways, yeah, he's a Latino guy as well. So I think I could pull that one off pretty well.
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel like you could possibly play Spider-Man 2099 because he's Hispanic and also he's an older version of Spider-Man. So if that ever popped up, man, you got 100% go for that.
Oh,
It's stunt stuff at least, dude. That'd be nuts. But
yeah.
yeah, I think he's called Miguel O'Hara. So it's pretty cool. But I mean, yeah, like, did you actually watch the WandaVision finale,
No, I have
or did you
not.
catch up to all of it?
No, I haven't been able to catch up with it. I've been pretty busy. So yeah, I haven't seen it from the 5th episode, I believe is where I'm lost at right there.
Right. You got so much to watch there, which is great. So you can binge that when you get time or watch it however you do. It'll be pretty cool. I recently watched it. It was actually quite nuts. I don't know if you have much interest in the Wanda or Vision characters, but they obviously did a lot with them. But yeah, I won't say more because I don't want to spoil it. What's one thing as a stuntman did you find more challenging? Is it performing the stunts, or do you actually feel it's the creativity aspect of these stunts?
From personal experience, I would have to say that it is performing the stunts because creative wise, it's already kind of planned out of how they want it. You know what I mean? It's just your job to execute the stunt coordinator's vision or the director's vision. You know, so performing wise, I guess that's for me. That's the harder part, I guess. I wouldn't say it's harder, because like I said, they brought you on to do the job, so they're trusting you. But it's just making sure that you're doing everything, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, to make sure you do it safe and to also make sure you do it right.
Right. So with this, so with your like role as like a stunt guy and also like an actor, do you see yourself doing this for like maybe the rest of your life, or do you have like a goal where you want to kind of become sort of like a stunt coordinator, or maybe more on that creative side within this kind of thing?
I think, well, for me personally, the end goal is to be just as big as The Rock. Because I mean, like, no one gets in it to not be the champ, and that's how I think about things. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what? If you're gonna go for it, go big, and that's just how I always see things. You know what I mean? If I get there, I don't know. Nobody knows. But if you don't try, then you'll never know. But I always aim high, guy. So that's
I love that, man. I love that mentality, like not really limiting yourself. I love that because you got to stay humble, of course, but like you've also got to believe in yourself. And I like that. You're like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna do what I want and reach that goal. So that's awesome, man. Yeah, The Rock is someone I grew up with seeing, in WWE, all the films he's done. He's amazing. I mean, I still feel like there's not a film of The Rock's where you feel like it's shit. It's just every film is good, and he's just doing his thing. Let's talk about your other project. So we mentioned Chaos Walking earlier on. Is there anything else you can kind of speak about that you're currently working on?
Currently working on is just that other show that I got coming up next week that I start filming on.
Right.
And then I can tell you of some things that I just recently did since Cobra Kai. I worked on a show called The Resident. That is a
funny guy.
Yeah, man. That is a show based off doctors and stuff like that. Did a war scene on there. Worked on a show called Black Lightning, doing some stuff on there.
Oh, that's a DC show, right?
Yeah. And another Marvel show, but I can't say the name of it, but it's awesome.
Wait, is it a Disney Plus show or is it a film?
I believe it'll be Disney Plus. I believe it'll be
okay. Disney. Okay, I'm hoping, because obviously I'm a big Captain America fan. I don't think he even said this. I'm hoping it's Falcon and Winter Soldier because I feel like you would fit in that pretty well. So it'd be dope. I mean, I would fully recognize you if you're in it. Like, that's Bobby right there. Like, yeah, that'd be awesome, man. But yeah, that's I mean, with Marvel, it's obviously is that something you've kind of saw as a goal as you were becoming a stuntman? You wanted to get into Marvel.
No, honestly, it was just to be a working guy. Honestly, but yes, at the end of the day, yes, I was. Once I got my balls rolling, I was like, man, it'd be super cool to be in a superhero film, and I've been blessed to be in a few of them, acting as well. Uh, I did a spot on The Gifted. I don't know if you've ever seen The Gifted. That's a Marvel
Mm.
show. I was on there, and then yeah, man, I've been fortunate to be on a few Marvel and DC things that are coming out. So,
So, okay, this is a big question then. Marvel or DC? If you had to
uh,
choose one.
I guess I'm a Marvel guy because that's what I grew up on. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
I like the DC characters because most of the time nobody is born with something, right? Like
Right.
everybody earns a skill or some type of machinery that they invented, and that's how they become who they become.
Mm.
Unless they find like a rock and it eats them, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But
Right.
my favorite DC guy is Batman. I mean, that's the guy.
I mean, Batman's so he's very realistic in the sense that, like you said, he really started from nothing. Of course, he had the riches, but to become who he did, that's like I mean, any human could achieve that if they were in a similar situation. But I do like the realism that DC take. Like, it's not so glorified with all the craziness. Like, it's very dark, but realistic in a way. I mean, you must be stoked to see The Rock's gonna be Black Adam, because that's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm more Marvel, but I am quite happy with the way DC's going with the current project. So I'm just really looking forward to that.
Yeah, how about that Justice League, that Snyder cut?
Yes, that's in a week, I believe, or is it on the? I think it's like, yeah, it's next week.
Yeah.
Did you like the original, the Whedon cut?
I did. I like them all, man. So like, even everybody talks, bad about what was it? The Wolverine origins? Is that I don't know.
Yeah, X-Men Origins, yeah.
Yeah, I like them though. I like just about all of them.
Right.
But anyways, I forgot what we were asking. But yes, I do like the original. I do like the original one. The only movie that I haven't got done seeing or got like past the opening because I've been busy is Birds of Prey. That's the only one I haven't been able to see fully.
I saw it. It's not too bad, but again, like, some people might love it, some people might hate it. I think it was a little bit. It's better than what I probably thought. I think the Whedon cut got a lot of shit because a lot of people felt he was trying to copy the Avengers and then rub it off to DC. But, DC's, like you said, very dark. It's very different, and I like it when they're separate from each other, not Marvel and DC trying to copy each other. But yeah, I guess what we'll do now is get some questions, because I can see so many people in the chat are like, "Oh, I want to ask Bobby a question," all this. So we'll get to some. Maybe G-Rod will want to ask you something as well. How about that? that'd be funny. All right, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly copy and paste a link, and then obviously we'll see who the first brave person is to join the stream. All right, sweet. Okay. We'll expect someone in a second. If there is any other questions, I'll have a look. Oh, someone's already... Okay, 2 people already joined. 3 people. Do we go? Let's go with this guy first. Sam, what's up, man?
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good.
What's your question for Bobby?
My question is, when you first saw season 3 of Cobra Kai, what was it like seeing you in that being the first scene?
Oh, it was amazing. I was so excited because I didn't know that I was the first episode. I didn't know that my fight was on the first episode. So we filmed it, but I didn't know that it was going to be on the first episode. So when I saw it on the first episode, I was so ecstatic because I was like, man, everybody is going to remember this fight. And sure enough, that's what happened. So yeah, it was amazing.
All right, awesome. Sam, thank you for coming on, man. It's good to see you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, man. Thanks for your support. Take care. All right, cool. We've got another person. Michael, what's up, man? Okay, I guess. Wait, is he? Okay, I don't know what's going on there. Let's get talking Cobra Kai. What's up, man?
What's up?
How's it going?
Good. My question is, if you could play any other character from Cobra Kai, who would it be?
Well, we'll see what happens in season 4, but it has to be Miguels Dad.
That
I
would be
can see it.
great. Dude, that'd be so good because like
Yeah.
you got the look and everything. That'd be hilarious if you were Miguel's dad the whole time. We didn't even realize that. That'd be nuts.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. All right, see
Appreciate
ya.
you coming on, man. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, cool. Who else have we got? Oh, Yan. What's up?
Oh shit! Cobra Kai Nation!
Oh my god, dude! Whoa!
Oh
Oh my god! Whoa!
Yes, my god!
You
Oh my
okay,
god!
dude?
Oh my god!
Yo, dude, it's okay. You're okay. You're like screaming. I got my
Oh my
earphone on.
I'm a big fan. Oh
Oh, I
gosh!
appreciate you. Thank you. Do you have a question for Bobby?
Are you a trainer?
Wait,
Like,
say
are
that
you
again.
trained? Are you a trainer?
Is that for
Am I-
Bobby?
Yeah, for Bobby. Are you a trainer?
Am I a trainer? A trainer of
Yeah.
of what kind, buddy?
Like, do you like train people, like little kids or something?
Oh, no, brother, I don't. I'm a stuntman and actor, but are you looking for a trainer?
Please. Oh my god, this you. Wait, do you say your parents are in one division?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, bye guys, bye.
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 Well, thanks for coming on. That fan was sorry about that. That was actually crazy, but I've never experienced that. That was quite funny. I mean, I didn't even hear half of what he said, but we'll get Penelope on, who's actually a fellow stunt worker. What's up, Penelope?
Hey, Bobby.
Hello.
We're actually connected, but we've never been able to meet in person.
Yeah, hi, it's nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Yeah, I love your work. I look up to guys like you. I'm pretty new in this business and just came from kind of 5 years of getting the groundwork down, and I just worked on Spider-Man. I guess, yeah, I can say it.
I remember you
It's all-
said like you
yeah.
can't say anything about it. Yeah.
But I look up to guys like you, and I guess what I want to ask is kind of when you were new yourself, what did you do to kind of navigate this crazy business, like going after work? How did you, what are some tips you have for that? If you're doing training, you're working, but you're just trying to, what was it like for you?
Well, COVID kind of changed things a little bit, in the sense of the hustling, the stunt game and stuff like that, sets. But man, what I did was I just made sure that I did an awesome job on set and just was as polite as I could be to the people on set and the other stunt workers that I met around me. And just made good contacts with guys on set that I worked with. And you do a good job and you befriend somebody and you become friends with them and partners, not just business wise, but a legit friend to somebody and someone that's caring. People can read that kind of stuff. And slowly but surely my phone started ringing. And that's just what I've always done, was just be me, nice to people, and do my job. And I've just been blessed and fortunate that things have worked out for me that way.
Okay.
That's a really good
I guess
question. And
that's what
I'm glad that I was the bridge between you guys actually meeting.
It's good to
I'm just
finally
glad.
meet you, Bobby. I've been following you and all that. So I hope we get to talk and maybe work together, train some time together.
Yeah, most definitely.
All
Okay,
right, good
cool.
to see you.
Good to see you guys.
All right, sweet. Let's get Michael on. What's up, Michael? You there, bro? I think his connection's a bit don't know what's going on. All right, we'll just have to quickly move on. What's up, Baron? How you doing, man?
Hey, how you guys doing?
How's
Pretty
it going?
good.
So my question is, apart from your scenes, what is your favorite moment in Cobra Kai?
Apart from my scene, my favorite moment in Cobra Kai is when Johnny's explaining to Miguel his situation and his point of view of how he saw everything. That's one of my favorite parts.
All right, cool. That's a good question, Aaron. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, we got a special guest. Can you guess who it is?
I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
Yes! That's what I'm talking about. That's
What's up,
my
bro?
guy right there. Hell yeah. Llama la policía, amigo.
Hey,
Llama la policía, rápido.
hey.
What's going
Are
on,
you guys
bud?
reenacting? Are you reenacting that scene in the car?
We're reenacting right now. Hector, llama la policía.
Yeah.
I got this right here. Oh, sorry. What's going on, man?
Not too much, brother. Just having a good time here with my boy Shamoon, talking business and Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Let's stick to the business here. Shamoon, I have an official question for Bobby Hernandez here. I want to know what he thought about John's failed kick attempt. All right, so I'm gonna leave you guys with that. I thought it was very interesting. I think and I believe this individual might have been highly intoxicated. But I'm gonna let Bobby speak on it. Listen, I don't want to make any assumptions. I don't want to put people down. But it's my deduction here that individual that attacked Bobby Hector might have been under the influence of some alcohol and probably has like an alcoholic problem, I would say. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you with that question. Good seeing you. And always a pleasure. And the other thing I would say that this handsome individual also looks like one of those young fellows in that show called Cobra Kai. I'm gonna leave you that. It's just too much. I don't think.
I don't get what you said there. To me or you about the last thing? I had no idea.
Yeah,
I just about heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love G-Rod. He's a great guy. It's good to see him as well. It's been a while. I guess we can take one more person. Michael, you good? You there, bro? I don't know if you can hear us. We'll take Eric instead then. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Shamoon?
How's it going?
It's funny that he just said that because I was going to ask Bobby what he thought about the Miguels Dad theories. I think that's what he was talking about.
Oh,
He
okay.
said,
Oh, right.
He said Bobby looks like one of the younger Cobra Kais, right?
Oh, yeah, he probably meant that then, yeah.
So I was just going to ask what you thought about. A lot of people said that he's Miguel's dad, but it's funny that he thinks that maybe.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that is I remember before the show came out is there was a whole thing on Reddit that I might be his dad.
I read that G-Rod was supposed to be his dad.
Oh yeah, well that's pretty cool.
They're not supposed to be, but these theories, whatever. But
Yeah.
He says that you look like Miguel.
Yeah. It was
You actually
crazy.
do though. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, it was. I remember getting like before the show even. This was even like around COVID when it was getting pushed back. You know how it kept getting pushed because of COVID and stuff like that. I remember my buddy screenshotting stuff to me that there was this whole forum on Edit where people were like, "We have speculation that this guy acted something like his Bobby, you know what I mean? Is Miguel's dad and stuff like that." I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool. They're going in deep on it." But
yeah, the first one was that Rick Perez was going to be Miguel's dad.
Yeah, there was a big one on that. But then, the fandom kind of lost their shit when they realized his dad never turned up. So everyone was so confused.
Yeah.
When you, the funny thing is, Bobby, when that scene with you and G-Rod, when you guys are talking, and then obviously you could read the subtitles, I honestly thought you were going to go to some strip club, and they were going to show a scene of one of the characters we know, and then it kind of made your character a bigger deal. But then, yeah, Johnny comes in with a punch and it kind of just debunked that whole theory. But did you read any other theories or anything about like you being involved in the show in any other way?
No,
Or was that the only one?
Just the one about being Miguels' dad. That's the only one that I remember reading. There's probably 100 out there about me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's the only one that I read.
Hey,
Reddit always does this.
Hey, Shamoon, one more quick question.
All right, go for it, man. You're the last one.
Yeah, Bobby, did you get a chance to meet Vanessa Rubio?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to meet her. No, the people that I met that day was Johnny, the directors, all the directors and the creators and writers. And I saw Ralph off in the far corner, but I didn't want to intrude her and bother him. I didn't know what he had going on.
Yeah.
Or if he was, for another scene or working. No, I just worked and hung out with Johnny.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, Eric. It's good to see you, man.
All right, take care.
All right, later.
All right, sweet. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Thank you for all joining the interview. Bobby, it's such a pleasure speaking to you about your experiences and, of course, Cobra Kai. This is awesome, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I had fun, man. It was fun.
All right, sweet. Well, if you guys make sure to subscribe to CKN if you want to see more interviews. And me and Bobby are going to sign off. And what are you going to do up to after this interview?
I'm going to get something to eat. I'm not gonna
Yeah, I feel you as well. I've got some mean chicken mince that's cooking, so I'm gonna wham some of that and probably go for a run. It's like 7 o'clock here, but
wow.
yeah, in fact, yeah, it's I think I'm 5 hours ahead of you, so yeah, cool. I think something like that. But yeah, man, I hope you have a great rest of the week. Good luck with your other projects, and I can't wait to see which next Marvel show you're going to be in. That'll be awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. We'll take it easy.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.